Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite fictional characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is made possible by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You're all the reasons why this keeps going. Join the Legion today at patreon.com/63rdlegion for free and help decide next week's new character. Joining my paid tiers allows you early access to my content, a shout out in my videos, homebrew D&D items for your games, and a chance to play some D&D in the Patreon community. It's time for another iconic slasher to arrive into D&D. From Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's Leatherface. Bubba Sawyer is a pretty tragic character regardless of his origin story. Born into a family of cannibal maniacs, Bubba was doomed from the get-go. Most of the time, he is pretty passive and simply follows the orders of his family without question. But without his family's oversight or by their orders, Bubba will fly off the handle and go berserk if pushed. He will stay like this until he finally becomes tired or his family stops him. Bubba keeps things pretty simple when it comes to weapons. He likes his mallet and his chainsaw. That's it. But he's not above using other weapons at his disposal. We should also probably just say it, even though most of you know what his deal is, Bubba is a master chef who really loves meat of all kinds, so he's actually good at finding and trapping his own food. We should also say Bubba is, well, normal. Unlike other horror movie slashers, he has no supernatural or superhuman abilities, and he has nothing about him that would be considered special. He's just a berserker. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook. We're using standard point array to keep things simple, and we are multi-classing, so watch those stat minimums if you use another system. Make strength 15, con 14, wisdom 13, dex 12, charisma 10, and we're going to be dumping intelligence with an 8. Dumping intelligence fits perfectly, and we are not fixing it. Hell, his charisma and intelligence should probably be lower, but standard point array. Leatherface is a human. Resourceful lets you give yourself a free inspiration dice at the end of a long rest when you don't already have one. Skillful gives you a free skill, grab survival. Versatile grants you a bonus origin feat. For this feat, Savage Attacker lets you roll 2 sets of damage dice when you attack with a weapon once per turn, and then you choose which damage dice you want to use. To finish out your lineage, you know the language Common and 2 more of your choice, though Bubba doesn't really talk. For background, place +2 into con and +1 into strength. For your origin feat, tough gives you double your current character level in HP and then adds +2 HP to every level after. For skills, grab intimidation and stealth. To finish out your background, grab proficiency in cook's utensils. Level 1 Barbarians start things off with 2 skills. Take Athletics and Animal Handling. You are proficient in all weapons, light and medium armor, shields, and the saving throw strength and con. Unarmored defense gives you a better AC when not wearing armor. Now your AC is 10 plus your dex modifier plus your con modifier. Rage unleashes your true strength. Now when not wearing heavy armor, you can use your bonus action to become enraged. When enraged, you have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. You deal more damage with strength-based attacks, which will be +2 damage, and you have resistance to piercing, slashing, and bludgeoning damage. You also can't cast spells or maintain them. Your rage lasts until the end of your next turn, and it will end early if you don't maintain it, you are incapacitated, or you don heavy armor. You can maintain this by using your bonus action, again, making an attack roll, or forcing an enemy to make a saving throw. You can maintain the rage for up to 10 minutes, and you can rage 2 times per long rest, but you regain 1 use after a short rest, and you'll get more uses as you level up in Barbarian. Weapon Mastery improves your weapon attacks. At the end of a long rest, you choose 2 weapons you are proficient with, and now when you use them, you have access to their Weapon Mastery property. For some Weapon Mastery, for some weapons you'll use, Light Hammer gives you Nick, which allows you to fight with 2 light weapons using the same action, freeing your bonus action. Hand Axe gives you Vex, which gives you advantage on your next attack against a creature you've hit with this weapon before the end of your next turn. Now, chainsaws aren't in D&D except in Homebrew, but I would imagine they would have cleave or graze, so let's talk about them real quick. Cleave lets you make a second melee attack with this weapon against a creature within 5 feet of the creature you've hit with this weapon, dealing the weapon's damage but not your attack modifier. Graze lets you deal your attack modifier in damage when you miss with this weapon. Level 2 Barbarians gain Danger Sense. You now have advantage on dex saves when you aren't incapacitated. Reckless Attack lets you throw caution to the wind. Now when you make your first attack, you can choose to attack recklessly. When you do so, you now have advantage on attack rolls when using your strength for attack and damage until the start of your next turn, but all attacks against you are also at advantage until the start of your next turn. Level 3 Barbarians now have access to their subclass. Berserker from the player's handbook was kind of a given. Frenzy improves your reckless attack. Now when you reckless attack and hit, you deal extra damage equal to a number of d6s equal to your rage bonus. Primal Knowledge improves your skills by making them strength-based even though they aren't. First, you gain a new skill from Barbarian, Grab Nature, and now when you rage, several of your skills now use Strength for their modifier. These skills are Acrobatics, Intimidation, Perception, Stealth, or Survival. You now have 3 rages per long rest. Level 4 Barbarians earn our first ability score improvement. Let's grab a feat. Chef from the player's handbook adds +1 to your wisdom and then improves your cooking skills. Now as part of a short rest, you can cook a special meal as long as you have the ingredients and your cook's utensils. You can prepare enough servings for a total number of creatures equal to 4 plus your proficiency bonus. When a creature eats this meal at the end of a short rest and rolls hit dice, they regain an extra 1d8 of HP. Also during a long rest, you can spend 1 hour preparing a special treat. You can prepare a total number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus. These treats last for 8 hours, and a creature can use their bonus action to eat the treat and gain temporary HP equal to your proficiency bonus. You now have up to 3 weapon masteries. Level 5 Barbarians unlock extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Fast movement increases your speed when not wearing heavy armor, bringing your total speed to 40 feet. Your character level 5, bring your proficiency bonus to +3. Level 6 Berserker Barbarians get Mindless Rage. You are immune to the Charmed and Frightened condition while you are within Rage, and if you have these before you enter Rage, they are suppressed until your Rage is over. You now have 4 Rages per long rest. Level 7 Barbarians receive Feral Instinct, which gives you advantage on initiative checks. Instinctive Pounce lets you move half your total speed when entering a Rage. Level 8 Barbarians earn another ability score improvement, Bump Up Strength. Level 1 Fighters begin with a fighting style feat. For this feat, Dueling adds +2 to your weapon's damage when you are holding it with a single hand and holding no other weapon. Second Wind lets you shrug off damage by healing yourself with a bonus action by 1d10 plus your fighter level. You can do this twice per long rest but regain 1 use after a short rest. Weapon Mastery is the same and it doesn't stack, but you'll just go with whichever is better. Right now it's even as both have 3 weapon masteries. You've hit character level 9, bring your proficiency bonus to +4. Level 2 Fighters gain Action Surge. You can give yourself a free action once per short or long rest, but you can't cast spells with this. Tactical Mind lets you use Second Wind when you fail a skill check, adding the d10 to the check, but if you still fail the check, you don't burn the use of Second Wind. Level 3 Fighters now have access to their subclass. Battlemaster from the player's handbook is a bit weird for you, but trust me. Combat Superiority grants you superiority dice that you can use to perform special maneuvers. You get 4 d8s for these superiority dice per long rest, and any DC these maneuvers cause is based on your strength. Student of War gives you another skill, take Perception, and you get proficiency in an artisan tool of your choice. Grab Tinkerer's tools to fix your chainsaw. For your maneuvers, Sweeping Attack costs 1 superiority dice when you hit with an attack, and you can now attack a creature within 5 feet of the first target using the original attack roll. If you hit with this attack, you deal the superiority dice in damage. Lunging Attack costs 1 superiority dice and lets you take dash as a bonus action. If you do this and move at least 5 feet in a straight line and then attack, you can add the superiority dice to the damage of the attack. Menacing Attack costs 1 superiority dice, and when you hit a creature with an attack, you can add the superiority dice to the damage and then force a wisdom save. If they fail, they gain the frightened condition until the end of your next turn. Do you see why I took Battlemaster now? Level 4 Fighters earn another ability score improvement, Cap Off Strength. You now have 3 uses of Second Wind and up to 4 weapon masteries. Level 9 Barbarians unlock Brutal Strike. Now, when you use Reckless Attack, you can forego having advantage on one of your attacks and instead add an effect. If you do, you add another d10 to the damage and then choose one effect. You can push the target back by 15 feet and then move half your speed to move towards them without provoking attack of opportunity, or you can reduce the target speed by 15 feet until the start of your next turn. Your rage damage is increased to +3. You're now character level 13, bump up your proficiency bonus to +5. Level 10 Berserker Barbarians get Retaliation. Now, when you take damage from an attack, you can use your reaction to make one melee attack back at the creature. You now have up to 4 weapon masteries for Barbarian, but you already got that from Fighter. Level 11 Barbarians receive Relentless Rage. Now when you use Rage and you drop to 0 HP, you can make a con save with a DC of 10. If you pass, you instead drop to a total number of HP equal to your Barbarian level times 2. Each time you make this save, the DC is increased by 5 and will not reset till you finish a short or long rest. Level 12 Barbarians earn another ability score improvement, Raise Con, for more health and AC. You now have 5 rages per long rest. Level 13 Barbarians learn Improved Brutal Strikes. You get more effects that you can use for Brutal Strike. For these effects, the target has disadvantage on saving throws and can't make attacks of opportunity to the start of your next turn, or before the start of your next turn, the next attack against the target gains +5 to the attack roll. You've hit the final milestone, character level 17. Max out your proficiency bonus to +6. Level 14 Berserker Barbarians get their final subclass feature, Intimidating Presence. As a bonus action, you become a living nightmare. Every creature of your choice within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom save. If they fail, they gain the frightened condition for 1 minute, but can retake the save at the end of each of their turn. You can do this once per long rest or by using a use of rage. Level 15 Barbarians gain Persistent Rage. When you roll initiative, you can regain all used rages back. You can do this once per long rest. Also, your rage now lasts 10 minutes without needing to be maintained, and will now end early only if you don heavy armor or are unconscious. Our final level is level 16 Barbarian, and you earn our final ability score improvement, and if you want, you can grab an epic boon feat as you are past character level 19. I'm ending this with capping off of Con, but you do you. Your rage damage is increased to +4. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 20, Dex 12, Con 20, Intelligence 8, Wisdom 14, Charisma 10. Your total class levels are Fighter 4, Barbarian 16. Let's dive in. You are brutal. Wielding your light hammer, you're dealing 1d4 +5, but then you can amp up the damage. You can add +4 rage damage, can add 1d8 or 1d10. When you hit, you can push them back by 15 feet, take away their attacks of opportunity, or reduce their speed. You can also attack at advantage and scare them completely when you hit them. You're also pretty tough for just a normal psycho. Your AC is 16, you can heal yourself, dropping to 0 HP doesn't actually end you, and your total health taking the average is over 280 HP. Finally, you got some good skills. You can cook meals for your team that grant bonuses, you don't have hang-ups on where the meat comes from, and when you rage, a lot of your skills receive massive bonuses. Downside. Firstly, no range, though you'll break the lore and grab something that can hurt from a distance, but still this means you can't benefit from rage. You have the intelligence of a rock, so you'll be failing a lot of intelligence checks, but that's in lore, and that's pretty much it. Time to chase down those pesky teenagers who barged into your house and put your family at risk, because family is everything. I'd like to give a special shout out to my Artificer tier. Thank you, Christopher R. Hunter, Java Squirrel, Daniel Saftler, and Adam. You guys rock. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. And make sure to check out my Patreon where you can help decide next week's new character.